The psychology of people pleasing. You say yes when your mind is screaming no. You apologize for things that were never your fault. You carry the emotional weight of wrongs you did not create, and somewhere along the way, you started believing your value depended on how useful, agreeable, and available you are to everyone else. But people pleasing is not kindness, it is survival disguised as personality. And the most dangerous part, most people peers do not even realize they are disappearing. The story, there was once a boy who learned very early that love could be lost not through abandonment, not through violence, but through disappointment. Every time he was too emotional, his room became cold. Every time he disagreed, tension filled the house. Every time he expressed anger, sadness, or need, someone pulled away. So his brain adapted. He became easy, quite helpful, pleasant. He studied people like survival maps. He learned which tone avoided conflict, which smile kept people comfortable, which version of himself earned approval, and slowly he stopped asking, "What do I feel?" Instead, he asked, "What do they need me to be?" That child grew up. Now he answers text he does not want to answer, keep friendship that drain him, says yes to invitation that exhaust him, accept disrespect just to avoid confrontation. Everyone calls him nice, but deep inside he feels invisible because when your entire identity is built around being accepted, you never discover who you actually are. The psychological trap, the psychology of people pleasing begins with one terrifying fear rejection. The human brain is wired for belonging. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the tribe meant death. So the nervous system learned to associate conflict with danger. But here's what happens in modern life. A child who grows up around emotional instability often becomes hyper aware of people's mood. They become emotional detectives watching faces, adjusting behavior, avoiding tension before it even begins. This is not weakness, it is adaptation. But adaptation repeated for years become identity and eventually people pleasing becomes automatic. You stop setting boundaries because guilt feels unbearable. You ever explain because you fear misunderstanding. You seek validation because your self worth was outsourced to other people long ago. The scary part society rewards the behavior. People's players are called mature, kind, selfless, reliable until one day they burn out completely. The breaking point every people player reaches a moment where the mask becomes too heavy. It usually happens quietly, not in some dramatic collapse, but in exhaustion. You realize you have spent years being available for everyone while abandoning yourself. You supported others while nobody noticed your pain. You avoided conflict to so much that you created an internal war, and one day you look in the mirror and wonder, if I stopped performing for people, would anyone still love me? The question changed everything, because healing begins the moment you understand this. Real love does not require self betrayal. The shift recovery from people pleasing feel uncomfortable at first, because boundaries feel cruel when you were trained to survive through obedience. The first time you say no, your heart races. The first time you disappoint someone, guilt flood your body. The first time you choose yourself, it feels selfless, but that discomfort is not dangerous, it is withdrawal. You are detoxing from external validation, and slowly something incredible happens. You stop performing, you stop shrinking, you stop needing everyone to approve of your existence. For the first time, you become honest, not rude, not cold, not selfish, just real, powerful ending. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The world benefits from your silence. People will happily consume every ounce of your energy if you never create limits. But your life was not designed to be a apartment. You were not born to become emotionally invisible, just to be accepted. And maybe healing is not becoming fearless. Maybe healing is finally understanding this. The people who only love the version of you that never says no, never truly loved you in the first place. So stop abandoning yourself to avoid abandonment from others, because the moment you stop people pleasing, in the moment you finally meet yourself. And thank you.